So if you're in the market looking out for an EC, this is one update you wouldn't want to miss, because including currently available EC projects and upcoming EC projects, there are as many as 9 developments that I'll be going through today, so let's get started. Now, to help us get organized for this mega update, I'm going to be splitting the projects into 3 categories. The first are EC projects that are currently available for purchase. The second category are EC projects where the launch date is more or less confirmed, or because the land sales has already kind of wrapped up, we can estimate with some degree of certainty when the public sales is going to be. And the third category are EC land sites which are pending more information and therefore the public launch is not yet certain. Beginning with the first category, North Gaia EC and Tenet EC. So North Gaia EC is located in Yishun, bounded by Yishun Avenue 8 and Yishun Avenue 9, with an address along Yishun Close. Its biggest draw is that it's located directly opposite the Khatib Bongsu Nature Park, and it offers picturesque views of the mangrove and waters for nature lovers. So some quick specs about the project. There's a total of 616 units, and as of today, it is 44% sold. It has a notice of vacant possession set for June 2027. And because it's not that near an MRT station, there will be a 2-year free shuttle bus from TOP. And also, it is one of the most entry price EC projects today, with a starting per square foot of about 117x PSF. There are still plentiful units to choose from, ranging from 3, 4 and 5 bedroom units. If you're looking for 3 bedroom units at this point of filming, there are still units available at or below 1.15 million in sizes ranging from 958 to 969 square feet. For 4 bedroom units coming in at 1313 square feet, there's a selection coming in at below 1.615 million. As for 5 bedroom units, there's only one stack in the whole development, with the last 3 units to go, and they're coming in from 1.99 million onwards. Next is Tenet EC, which performed very well in its launch in December 2022, selling 72% of all units on launch day. Its location in the developing Tampines North region, which is set to see 21,000 new homes, including 4,000 private residential units. Its location bounded to the north by TPE, and it doesn't quite hurt that it's very near to the upcoming Tampines North Cross Island Line MRT station. There is an upcoming EC project and an integrated project that is even nearer to the Tampines North MRT station, but we'll talk about that in a while. Tenet EC has 618 units with a vacant possession set for August 2026. There were some recent bounce out units, but as of this juncture, it is currently 99% sold, with the last 4 units of 5 bedders available, starting from 2.12 million. Next are the upcoming EC projects, and I'll be sharing these in chronological sequence, starting with Bukit Batok West Avenue 8 EC, also called Altura, launching in July 2023, and also Bukit Batok West Avenue 5 EC, that's likely going to launch in Q1 of 2024. These 2 EC projects, they're located side by side, bounded by Bukit Batok West Avenue 5 and 8, and they're also quite a bit of distance away from Bukit Gombak MRT station. What is significant about these 2 EC projects is that they are the first to launch in Bukit Batok after 22 years, because the last EC to launch in Bukit Batok is The Dew, located along Bukit Batok Street 21, that started sales in 2001. Altura is bounded to the north and east by 2 HDB estates, somewhere to the south by the future Bukit View Primary School, and to the west, the upcoming Tengah Residential Estate. One of the biggest pull factors for these 2 EC projects is also that ACS Primary is moving to Tengah Residential Estate and will be within 1 kilometer to both these EC projects. Now, the site plan and floor plans for Altura are actually already available, so if you'd like a copy, drop me a note. Now, the launch timeline for Altura has more or less been set. Its preview will run from the 22nd of July to the 30th of July, with the booking day being on the 5th of August. As for prices for a new EC launch like this, typically there'll be a press release shortly before the commencement of the preview that will share the indicative starting prices per each unit category. As for the full price list, it will only be released after the close of the preview and only for the buyers who have placed a balloting interest during the preview period. As for the Bukit Batok West Avenue 5 EC, here's a quick comparison with Altura. It is slightly larger at 512 units compared to Altura's 360 units. Its launch date is most likely in Q1 of 2024, so if you're keen, drop me a note and I'll keep you posted. Next is Tampines Street 62 Parcel B EC, the other EC right beside Tenet. This is a little bit larger at 700 units with a launch date likely in October 2024. Its location will put it easily as the closest EC ever to an MRT station. As you can see from the map here, it is virtually right beside Tampines North MRT station. So here's an overview for its timeline. We're looking at its land tender being finalized within this month, July 2023, and after the mandatory 15-month wait period, its public sales launch will likely be in October or November 2024. And if you're wondering what this 15-month wait period is, it's actually a policy introduced by the government in January of 2013, and it states that for an EC land site, developers can only put up the project for public sales 15 months after buying the land. Its objective is to encourage developers to bid more prudently for EC land sites, because then they won't have cash flow for 15 months, and therefore to make sure that EC prices are moving at a sustainable rate. Now, at this juncture, I think it'll be interesting to share about the upcoming integrated development directly at Tampines North MRT station, but this is not an EC, it is a condo development. And this development is significant because it is an integrated project with commercial and residential components, a hawker center, a bus interchange, and community club. And this site can yield as many as 1,190 units. So it's a very large, very significant development here in Tampines North. Its land tender recently closed at the end of June 2023 with 3 bidders for the land. We're looking at the land tender being finalized likely in the month of July 2023, and for a large-scale project like this, public sales will very likely be about 1 year later in 2024. Next is the first of 2 Plantation Close EC land plots. I'll be going through each of them in sequence. So here's a map showing their locations. They're actually side by side, bounded to the south by PIE, with the first plot being closer to the Tengah Park Jurong Region Line station, and the second plot, I'm going to call it Plantation Close Plot 2, being closer to the Bukit Batok West Jurong Region Line station. Now, the tender for the first Plantation Close land plot recently closed in the end of June 2023 with as many as 9 developers bidding for this plot of land that can yield about 495 housing units. And since we are also looking at the tender being finalized in the month of July 2023, after the 15-month mandatory wait period, it is also going to launch sometime in October or November of 2024. And now for the last category, EC projects which have not yet been launched for developer tender, or there is still pending information on the land site itself. Starting with Senja Close EC, which at this point of filming is still in the reserve list. And if you're wondering what does the reserve list mean, it means a land site that will only be put up for developer tender when a developer makes a successful application with a minimum price that is acceptable to the government. Senja Close EC is located at a pretty quiet part of Bukit Panjang, bounded to the north by KJE, and it will be in between a park and an upcoming Chinese temple. And it will be the first EC to launch in Bukit Panjang after more than 10 years, because the last EC was the Blossom Residences that started sales in 2011. Its land site can yield an estimated 295 units, so as you can see, it's not a very large project, even a bit smaller than the earlier shared Altura at 360 units. Now for Senja Close EC, because it is still in the reserve list, there is no certainty on when it will be launched for public sales, and even if the government moves the land site from the reserve list to the open tender list, there is still a 15-month wait when a developer buys the land to when it can be launched for public sales. So I think it would likely not be launched for sale anytime in 2024, likely will be beyond that. So if you want to keep posted of its latest progress, drop me a note and I'll send you updates along the way. Next is Tampines Street 95 EC, a new land site that was recently launched as part of the government's second half 2023 GLS program. This land plot is located next to Tampines Industrial Park, pretty close to Temasek Polytechnic, Batok Reservoir, and from the map, it looks like it's walking distance to Tampines West MRT station as well. This land site can yield an estimated 560 housing units, and is pending more information to be released about the land site later this year in November. And lastly, to round off our mega EC market update for today, the second Plantation Close EC land site. And because both of these EC land sites are called Plantation Close, I'm just going to call this Plantation Close Plot 2. This is the second land plot further down south from the earlier Plantation Close plot, and this new plot is located closer to PIE and also Bukit Batok West Jurong Region Line Station. The land site can yield an estimated 560 housing units, with more information pending to be released later in November of this year. And these 2 EC land plots will be the second and third EC land plots in Tengah, following the phenomenal success of Kopan Grand EC, which sold out in November 2022, just 1 month after its initial launch. So that's it. Thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end. That rounds up our mega EC market update with 9 EC projects covered in this video. And let me do a round up here. So that's 2 currently available ECs, North Gaia and Tenet, 2 in Bukit Batok, 2 in Tengah, 2 in Tampines, and 1 at Bukit Panjang. You can find more info in the description below, or you can drop me a text to keep updated on the latest progress. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.